Hi everybody, day 5, and it's about 5 to 4 here, so it's starting to get dark. Very strange. I actually stopped writing over an hour ago, but it's taken me a long time to make my video for some reason. Probably because I started poking around on the internet and got distracted, and I started hunting around for the download of the new episode of Decent. Once I got my grubby mitts on there, I just completely abandoned any thoughts of writing more for the day. What I wrote today I didn't mind. It didn't feel too bad. I actually listened to what music I have from Legend of the Seeker, which is quite nice. It's quite short, my collection. It's only about 26.4 minutes long. I just ran up the stairs, so shamefully I'm a little bit out of breath. I'm sorry. See, it was quite helpful. It's quite mellow sort of music. There's not much up and down to it. It's got a nice sort of flow, which might have been helpful. I don't know, but yeah. I wrote 1,681 words, so you know, a little bit more than what you should write. My grand total is now 8,622. So, you know, still a little bit ahead. So long as I can keep ahead of the site's targets, then I'm gonna count myself happy. You know you're a writer when you can't think of the word happy. Good God. That was just pathetic. Yeah, not much happened. Cole and the rest of his group, the rest of Theodore's group, out on patrol, as it were. They haven't found anything yet. One of the wolves in the group, a new male that I introduced called Josiah, because I'm all about the weird names apparently, who is spending this time in wolf form because he has one of the best news. Has found a trail, so they're following that. Most of what I wrote today was actually introspective, which I had been sort of lacking, so I was quite glad to get that in. Basically, what I wrote today actually made me sort of sad, because it was Cole thinking about, you know, how close he is with his parents, and which all stemmed from the fact that they're pursuing what they believe is a rogue, you know, who lives alone. And really, Cole couldn't imagine that, because he was born into a pack, and even now, as I play him now, he's always been in a pack. He's never been alone. He's a pack wolf, you know, born and bred, right to the core. I mean, he's an alpha now, so he couldn't be alone. It would just be too surreal for him. I see he's thinking about how close he is with his parents, and he wonders how his mother's doing with her team, her pup, and you know, the natural worry that, you know, he hopes she's okay and that nothing's gone wrong, because, you know, they're miles away, basically. They would have no way of knowing, because they don't have any sort of communication. I mean, any transformed wolves could howl and they'd hear it, and even in human form, I guess they'd hear sounds of screaming or fighting from a way off, but it would be a push to hear it from one end of the territory to another. So yeah, you know, it's only natural he thinks about that. And then he thinks about how lost he'd be without his parents, because, you know, he is so close with them, and he couldn't imagine being the way some of the other wolves in the pack are. You know, there's all sorts of horror stories through the pack, you know. Some people were bitten for one thing, so, you know, they weren't born into the life, so they had to get used to being part animal, and, you know, others have, like, terrible histories with their families, and Cole knows he's lucky to have never had to live through any of that. But he thinks about, you know, how lost he'd be without them, and it just makes me sad. Because, of course, now as I play him, both Theodore and Emily have been dead for a few hundred years. About 400, almost. 396, almost exactly, I think. I can't remember. I do have the dates written down in a notebook, but the notebook's in the other room, so very geekily written down. Excuse me, my download just finished, so I just got distracted. Yeah, I mean, in the game's history, Theodore and Emily were killed by I think it was vampires. This is so embarrassing, I can't remember. As the betas of the pack, you know, they were sort of like prime defenders, and they were sent out on what ended up basically being a suicide mission by Gareth and Elswithler, and it was sort of like the real beginning of the end for their reign, as it were. After that, Cole becomes beta, he steps up into his father's place, and then after a little under 100 years actually, he challenges Gareth and becomes alpha. So, spoilers! Many spoilers. Not really, it doesn't tell you anything about what's going to happen in this season, I know. So yeah, you know, I mean, I was writing this from his perspective in that time period, thinking, you know, I shouldn't be thinking about this, you know, what might never be. I should be thinking about what is. All the while knowing that it does happen, and he does lose them, and it does cause him so much pain and grief. I think I wrote a one-shot fickle at once where he just completely came apart after finding out his parents were dead, because he is very close to them, even though he's like 100 and something. He's just no. Family's family. They're very deep for me. Anyway, I probably could have written more today. I'm obsessed at the moment with seeing how much I've done. It's like part of my brain wants to know at what point I can justify stopping, which isn't that great, really. I don't know, I think it might just be like that first week, that sort of, there's bumps in every step. I don't know, I would go to one of the write-ins if they weren't so far away, and I wasn't so strangely self-conscious of people being in the room with me when I'm writing. Yeah, it's our write-ins in Norwich, I think, at the Millennium Library, I think that's what it's called, and that's a train ride away. That's a 40-minute train ride from me, and it's just not gonna happen, unfortunately. So my bedroom it is. Yeah, one of my friends has actually gone to a write-in today. I think I just saw her on Twitter say she was first one there. You are enthusiastic. So hopefully, you know, she's getting some good work done. Great work done, most likely. I checked out everyone's word counts on the site as well, and you know, those who are participating this year are doing well, so congrats to all of those. I think I've run out of things to say. and thinking about my download. Maybe after watching that I'll want to write some more. Who knows? Until then, till tomorrow rather, you know, good luck, keep writing, good luck, and I was going to say good luck again. Good luck. I'm out of things to say. Bye!